I not really, no. I didn't know how big WrestleMania 1 was going to be. You just and they still say WrestleMania 1, they just broke even. George Scott was the booker. I don't know. I was in transition. I was getting ready to go up to New York. So
Right.
yeah.
John and I talk about that Starrcade card so many times. I think we've counted 13 Hall of Fame, WWE Future Hall of Fames on that Starrcade card. Man, what a production that thing was. And we've talked, it could have been so much better if Jimmy would have had the infrastructure at the time to make it what he originally said it was going to be, but he didn't have the know-how and he didn't have the people to help him do that. You remember all that stuff going into it?
Oh yeah, it was the first pay-per-view I think ever, and we didn't go to homes or anything, but we went to all the different theaters and stuff in the Carolinas, I believe.
Right.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's the
Greg,
way they did it back
did
then.
you know did you know how big a deal it was at the time? Because after that, Vince just kind of poached the talent from it because the show was that good. And
Yeah.
like Jerry said, 13 WWE Hall of Famers came out of that card. Did you know how good it was at the time?
Uh, I not really, no. I didn't know how big WrestleMania 1 was going to be. You just and they still say WrestleMania 1, they just broke even. George Scott was the booker back then. Oh, they just broke even, but after that, of course, they made a ton of money. But Starrcade was the first. It was the first.
Yeah. Yeah, you look around and you think back in those dressing rooms, man, we were just loaded with talent, Mid-Atlantic. Jimmy did such a good job, in those days of putting talent together. He had all the top guys. Like we say, keep saying 13 guys that would eventually become Hall of Fame. So the card was just loaded from top to bottom, it really fit in.
Yes. Yeah, you guys were in a tag match or something, weren't you? Against
With
Youngblood and Steamboat?
Steamboat and Youngblood, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And then the other was Rick against Harley,
Harley,
I
yeah,
believe.
yeah, yeah. That was the three top
He
matches
against
there.
Piper, and then there was some other stuff, but
Yeah, yeah,
that was the three top matches.
yeah.
Hey, Greg, what were your thoughts at that time? Because it was such a cool time in wrestling history. Crockett has this great 1983 Starrcast, which is legendary. People still talk about it. Then you go to WrestleMania 1, which also is the beginning of all this WrestleMania. What were your thoughts at the time? Did you know the competition going on? Did you choose the side of Vince McMahon, or were you just kind of going where you thought your opportunities were at the time?
Well, I've been up in New York a couple times. I first time I went to New York was 1979. Then I came back in 81 or 82, and the old Vince, the old man I called him, he senior, he kept telling me when he wanted me to come back and all that. So I was booked to come back after Starrcade 83. I was booked to come back to New York, and that's what I did. And of course, the booker at the time was George Scott for Crockett. Then he went up to New York, and so it's kind of like the perfect storm for me. I have my booker, and I'm back in New York in 1985 for WrestleMania 1. So I I realized what a big deal it all was. I did, yeah.
Greg, what was the difference in your vision, the build up to WrestleMania 1 opposed to our build up in the Carolinas to Starrcade 2? Was it just the enormity of the celebrities in New York City, or how did you feel about it? What did you see when they were building this up? Did you think, man, this is something?
Yeah, I did. Because they were all over the New York media, New York, the big city, and they had all Hogan and Mr. T and everything were doing all these different television shows, and it was a big deal because it was New York City compared to Greensboro or Charlotte. You know, I'm not knocking that because Starrcade '83 was the beginning, but you know, New York City. I mean, wow. You know,
Yeah.
Hogan was on everything, every show, and then I was on some of the stuff too. Uh, you know, they'd have Saturday after the Saturday. What was Saturday's?
Saturday night
What?
Saturday
main
night main
event.
event.
Not it wasn't Saturday night's main event. But it was Saturday,
Saturday
whatever it
night
was.
shotgun Saturday night. I think it was something.
No,
Like
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was,
yeah. And we did a bunch of promos for that. So, no, it was huge. It was
that.
huge.
Yeah.
and at the time, what did you think about all the celebrities? Because some guys were against it, some guys were for it, some guys, oh, Vince McMahon is ruining the business, he's gonna kill it, he's gonna kill it. What were you thinking at the time?
Oh, I loved it. I got to meet Muhammad Ali. I got to meet Billy Martin for the Yankees. I was a big baseball fan, and I didn't meet Liberace. Ooh. But yeah, it was huge, you know. And Cindy Lauper and you know, it was great. It was great.